We're gonna make Melissa Clark's red wine cranberry sauce with honey. This is just a fantastic recipe, and I personally think it's hilarious how easy it is to make this incredible stuff with almost no work at all. And so we're gonna start with a bag of these cranberries that you can buy at any grocery store, and they're just fantastic. And so we're gonna add that bag to our non-reactive pot. We're gonna use 2 bags for this recipe because I like extra, and I'll show you, I guess I'll show you at the end of the video why I like to have some extra. So we're gonna add 1 3/4 cups of light brown sugar. I know that sounds like a lot, but remember, all of these cranberries are gonna burst and release their tart juice into the sauce, and the two will offset each other very nicely. I'm now gonna add a cup of dry red wine. Don't even think about adding a sweet red wine here. Dry is absolutely the way to go for the right balance of flavors. Next, we're gonna add 1/2 cup of water. I like to use filtered water here in case your tap water isn't the right flavors. You don't want to add any off flavors into the dish at this point. Our next ingredient is 3 tablespoons of honey. And the honey gives it an additional sweetness. And I know you're thinking, after all that brown sugar, how could we need more sweetness? But the honey is a different flavored sweetness. It adds a complexity to the sweetness. This is 3 tablespoons, and it's going to produce also, honey gives it a sort of almost slightly viscous or luscious kind of consistency to the final sauce. It's really just a perfect addition. Our next to last ingredient is just a generous pinch of kosher salt. So that's, somewhere around 1/8 of a teaspoon, somewhere between 1/8 and 1/4 of a teaspoon. So the original recipe calls for the final ingredient, which is 4 1/4-inch slices of fresh ginger root smashed. So what I'm doing here is I'm running them through a garlic press, which I think is the best way to essentially make the ginger kind of disappear into the dish. There are other people who actually will cut it up, dice it up, add it, and then fish it out later. But I really like the taste, and this is gonna simmer for a little while, and so if you add it crushed, it's essentially gonna just vanish. So let's light the burner, and we're gonna bring it up to just a kind of a light simmer, not a boil really. I wouldn't. Actually, I guess on reflection, I would describe it as more of a medium simmer. Initially, you're going to apply more heat to bring everything in the pot up to temperature. But the idea is that you're going to simmer this for a while, and all of the cranberries are just going to pop. They have very tight skins, and when you bring them, the temperature inside them up and up and up, they want to expand, and they don't have anywhere to go, and eventually they just pop. You'll actually hear them popping. It's actually kind of a cool sound. So you'll stir everything together, let it simmer, bring it up to temperature, and then turn the heat down so you get the simmer that you want, and it will all just kind of blend together. At the very end, you'll just add a pinch of black pepper. Remember, don't add it early or it'll turn kind of resinous tasting, and this is what you get. Truly a complex, bright tasting sauce that is front and center cranberries with delicious background notes of the wine and the pepper. It's just fantastic. this is the way it looks, you know, when I'm adding it to my plate of food. It's sitting there in the back. But I wanted to tell you about a way that my family actually likes it best. One of our favorite dishes is egg rolls made with Thanksgiving leftovers. So these are egg rolls made with turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and gravy inside the egg roll, and then dipped there in the cranberry sauce, which of course is a perfect counterpoint to the richness of all the fillings of the egg rolls. I love these, and my family does too.